He's just not as tired as Eli, I don't think. Time is left. See up there just under 8 minutes before the 2-lap board. If it was only 2 laps left, I think that Tyler had a pretty good chance to catch Eli.
Tyler has passed Trey Kennard to get into that 3rd place spot. And some mistakes there from Kennard. He takes a look over his shoulder and realizes one more mistake, and Brock Tickle might be able to get him. And this is the Brock Tickle style. You usually don't see him around the first 10 minutes of the moto, but late, Tickle is a charger, kind of the same way Rattray is. I don't know if these guys ever get tired, or at least tired to the point where it slows their lap times. He is solid.
Anthony putting together a pretty good moto right behind Tickle.
There he is.
A little bit off the radar in the first moto, but and young, really young. I didn't realize. I thought he was like 19.
Just turned 17, Anstey. Yeah. Absolutely, the young English rider. He's got the jersey in tuck now. On a day like today, you probably want that habit.
He's strong. I know he works really hard with his dad. They're out in wine country, not too far from my house. And it's hot out there, right at the edge of the desert. And I have the same doctor he has, chiropractor. And that guy really did some magic with him in Supercross. And they said he wasn't going to be able to walk for like 12 weeks. In 9 weeks, he won a heat race in Seattle.
Yeah, he had a hip problem. Then we go back to Will Hahn, who's behind Anstey. And finally, we see the 377 of Porcel. So Porcel is in 8th. He's been in 8th for quite some time. There is more time left in this race for him to make some passes, but I don't know if there's enough for him to get close enough to preserve the overall.
I mean, if you've ever been, real tired, and then all of a sudden you got to step up the pace, you'll know how these guys feel. For Will to have to hold off Christoph, and then for Christoph to try to muster up something to get by Will and not lose as many points. I mean, and motocross is just tough. Supercross it's cool. It'll always have its vibe, and it's exciting, and it's so concentrated, and you're right there looking at everything. But man, physically, there's nothing quite like this.
Well, it's so tough out here in Texas. There are rumors they were considering cutting back the distance of the motos today because the riders, you can get to the point, says Doc Bodner, the staff doctor here at Asterisk, he says they can get to the point where they're riding on instinct. The riders don't even realize they're so, oh, wait a minute. Tyler Rattray has caught and now passed Eli Tomac. And what Tomac is dealing with right now is what the track doctors are kind of warned about. The rider sometimes is the last to realize what he's going for. They'll just keep riding on instinct, and they want the teams to stay on top of their guys. If they really drop off the pace, pull them in before they struggle with potentially more problems. You can get sick, this can linger. I don't know if Tomac's that bad, but you got to be aware of it.
No, he's just being smart right there.
Now, Rattray could probably run an hour in this stuff.
Yeah, if they put that big gas tank on his bike, they use it all.
Good times out here in Texas for the fans, both on and off the track. Dean Wilson closing in on the win. Stay with us. We knew the competition would be deep in the 250 class this season, but I don't know if people expected Dean Wilson to come out and win races early. We have documented quite a bit the surprise of Eli Tomac winning the opening round. That was a bit of a surprise. So out of all the established stars, we might just have 2 rookies win the first 2 rounds of the year. So we're not kidding when we say the competition is deep.
Future of motocross is looking really good. It's cool to see the changing of the guards and new kids coming up. I mean, I remember watching him ride amateur races not that long ago, and he doesn't look like he's really gotten any stronger or matured that much. He looks pretty frail, actually, but man, he's showing strength right now.
Aaron's doing the tour of the parent section. Now, who you got, Aaron?
I'm finding all the parents down here, but I've got Jackie Wilson, which is Dean Wilson's mom, and she's just about ready to jump over the fence. You're so excited. How proud of you are your son right now?
Oh, I'm so proud, but it's all for him because he worked so hard to get here, and it's been a long road, but he deserves it.
Definitely making a stand for a rookie. No Canadian has ever won an outdoor national or a Supercross. What would this moment mean to you guys?
Oh, so much, for all the times he was in Canada in the cold, training, and it's all been worth it.
Like all the support and all the hard work is finally paying off. I know you want to keep your eyes peeled to see these final few laps, so good luck.
Love the Scottish accent of his mom. And what does mom always say as advice to sons? make sure you always wear clean underwear because you never know who's going to see it. And Dean Wilson is unfortunately showing that right now, but that's about the only problem he has. He's got the overall on lockdown, especially now that Tomac has lost another position to Rattray. And if not for a fall in the first moto of the year, where he finished 10th, he could be right there in the points hunt as well. So at the beginning of the show, we talked about, is Tomac a legitimate championship contender? What about Dean Wilson?
Showing that he is.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. Real impressed. You know, he's, there's a lot of talk about Tomac based on the first round, and then pole shot in both motos, running out. But fitness, like John said, he goes, we're living up in Colorado, Durango, and they haven't had these kinds of conditions.
Yeah.
And I don't know what what Dean did during the week, but not doing as bad in this heat, and looking to get his first win. So what the other amateur riders around him, as they came up, have already gotten their little moments of glory with wins here and there. And now it's his turn to prove. Good job.
Yeah, unbelievable what he's done. And also this reestablishes the Marksford Pro Circuit Kawasaki team out front, where we expect them to be even at the opener. They had some good rides out of Wilson and Porcel. They didn't get the overall win for the day. We're waiting on Rattray to come through. That Scott Champion who's a lap down. Rattray's pretty far back. Didn't get the start, unfortunately, as usual for him. And wait a minute. We now hear that the Tomac has dropped out of the top 5. We'll try to stay with this as deep as we can to get him. So that's going to upset the points even more. Here's Rattray in second.
He's like, shorten the motos.
Yeah.
No, don't do that. Make it 40 minutes.
And I'd say Brock Tickle here in third would tell you the same thing. That kid is tough. He's third. Fourth is his teammate, Anstey. That's the best run of the year we've seen so far in Anstey, although, hey, it's only the 4th moto of the season. So the Star Racing DNA Shred Sticks riders are doing well here in 3rd and 4th place. Anstey actually closing in a bit on Tickle. He doesn't care that Tickle's got the strongman reputation. He's going to keep the heat on him. And Porcella's up to 5th, with Trey Kennard 6th, Will Hahn, and now Tomac back to 8th, then Marcia and Davalos. So, bit of a surprise here how this has turned out. Kennard has gone backwards, Tomac's gone way back, and Max Anstey on fire right now.
Yeah, Max looking really good. He raced last weekend as well, had an awful day, and rebounded from that pretty nice. And Purcell just looking calm as ever, just kind of moseying around that outside, but with good momentum up into 5th. He sat back there for quite a while. He stayed in 9th and 8th for a really long time, but limiting the damage really well right now.
Okay, then we see Will Hahn, who is in 6th, and then 38 of Trey Kennard has gone pretty far back there. He was in 3rd at one point in this moto. He is now back to 7th, and we're waiting even longer to find Tomac. There he comes, and the goggles are hanging down. This is a sand wall jump that he's headed to, but I think he's pretty much already hit the wall. His lap time's dropped up by 17 seconds, and again, this is what the track doctors warn people of. You got to be careful about pushing yourself too hard in this heat. Let's hope he can just get to the finish line and get some points out of this.
Hard to say if he fell, perhaps, and his goggles got all messed up and he took them off, or if he took them off just to get some air to his face and try to survive this last part of the race.
Wow. I knew it was going to be tough today. You knew it was going to be tough today, but it has been illustrated perhaps more clearly than we ever could have explained it. We'll be back for the finish here from Texas. Dean Wilson, the pride of both Scotland and Canada and also California. That's a lot on his shoulders. No problem. He shrugs it off. And in what is only his 2nd professional AMA motocross race. He did race Supercross earlier this year, but this is his first time around on the outdoor tour. He's going to win. He's got 2 laps to go. And the reputation for Wilson, I heard people say he's fast, he's good, but I don't know if he's in shape. I don't know if he's strong. Vegas Supercross not too long ago, he was challenging his teammate Jake Weimer for the win, and then about 12 laps in, he went backwards a bit. I think he has now proved his fitness is not a problem.
Yeah, I think what happened there was just experience. You know, those guys just stuck around him at the end of the race. Here, you know, it's a combination of really fine riding, and obviously he's in shape, or he's gifted, he's got a good heart. And, you know, I don't know what his training program is, but certainly by looking at him, you don't go, wow, that guy's fit. You know, but hey, man, it doesn't matter right now. He's looking like he's going to win this thing.
And with the kind of confidence this is going to build, who knows what will happen down the line. We've got 10 more rounds in this series. The points are going to be all sorts of